What is happening, people? Hey guys, got a little late start today. It's probably after 12 o'clock. Had a little boat trouble this morning. Anyway, got that fixed. We're back out on the lake, and we launched at the Nutbush boat ramp, and we're up. What was the name of that creek?
Flat.
We're up here, Flat Creek. We're gonna try this bridge out. I've been wanting to check this bridge here for some crappie, and hadn't made it quite up there yet. Wanted to open a video. Hey guys, anyway, stay with us. I hope you enjoyed the video. Not a bad crappie. A little bit lethargic. Good crappie. All right, that was caught on the LC shad. That is the, not quite sure what color that is, but that's the LC shad. That's a good crappie. You know, that crappie is 10.5 inches long. Boom. Now these crappie relate to this bridge because of the shade. They're holding tight on that upper pillar there. The wind is blowing this way. That's the creek way. That's where the creek enters there. So you have a certain amount of current pushing through here. It makes a great ambush point. Anytime you have shade, a little bit of current, and a little bit of water depth. It's about 15 foot deep right here. And I'm sitting here watching the live scope, and I see some the crappie a little active. I just saw them run right through a bunch of shad. So anyway, I'm not doing anything too dramatic. Fishing with a 1/16 ounce head, 6-pound test line. I'm basically throwing it up there, and I'm allowing this lure just to fall slowly through the strike zone. And I'm just floating it through there about 10 foot deep and waiting for a crappie to react. Let's go up here and see if we can catch another one. I'm gonna change lures here in just a second. Get off that bridge right there. Boom. Well, these fish are finicky. I had to downsize. I'll show you that color. That's a test color Dennis gave me. That's the bug. Natural color blackhead. That is a 32nd head. Boom. These fish are finicky up here. Water's really clear, so I decided I would downsize just to try to catch a fish. But anyway, you see that looks like some type of water bug. See all those legs on that bad boy? And sometimes you have to make a change in order to catch a fish. Okay. You know, if you come down here to Kerr fishing the docks, if you looking for docks, bridges can be good, but they do get a lot of pressure. I left that bridge and I've been riding around. And the first thing I did, just a little tip, I looked at the water depth of contour maps on my Garmin unit, and I tried to pick bank lines that had deeper water. So what I've been doing for the last 20 or 30 minutes is riding around right by the end of several boat docks. And as a rule of thumb, if it's got 15, 16 feet of water on the very front of it, I will actually fish it and try it. So you don't need a live scope or whatever to come down here and fish these docks around the lake. And there's a lot of docks. Now, what I would point out is if you come down here, get on Google Maps and pick you an area that has a lot of docks, because some areas around Kerr Lake you can go miles and miles and miles of shoreline and there's no docks to fish. You may find some deeper structure, but if you don't have live scan, you don't have any type of down scan, you can fish these docks. So let's turn around here and catch us a fish. Boy, that's a nice one right there, boys. Good gracious. Look at that crappie. Boom. That is a good crappie right there. Good quality crappie. Laying back up under that shade. You see how this has a top on it? Now he's got his boat slip down in the water. I can't throw up in that slip. He did that on purpose, but anyway, that is a 11.5-inch crappie right there. Boom. Kerr Lake crappie fishing, baby. And again, I switched over to that dipstick, that green. Right there looks just like a baby shad, greenback shad. And he seemed to like that green down here with this water clarity. 16th ounce head again. Not doing too much. There's I could see there's a float in the middle. If it float one in the middle, I could throw on back there about 25 feet and come through that. Again, it's a float right in the middle, and I just can't get it back there. So you hear it thump, I just give it plenty of slack, let it fall straight down, flip the bail, and just let it swim itself out. Okay, real quickly, I'll tell you what I was doing. I'm gonna move to this other dock. These fish, there's a bunch of fish here, but they're really just not biting. So I take the long pole, the lift that lifts that boat up, they've got it down in the water. So it's got pontoons on it. So you can't throw between the frame. So I'm having to throw between the dock and the frame. So with this long rod, I was able to get right in that one little sweet spot hole and drop it down within a foot or two of the crappie. Now they coming over there and they bumping it and mouthing it, but they're not eating. So we're gonna move to the next dock. And sometimes it's like that. You're gonna get to a dock, you may catch 4 or 5 crappie. I think I caught 5 crappie off that dock. A couple of nice ones. And then you're just gonna have to move on. Anyway, let's go to the next dock. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you this. This can help you eliminate a lot of riding around. There's not a lot of boat docks on Kerr Lake. So this is one thing I do. I get on Google Maps, look around, topo maps, see where the docks are, which creek has the most docks. And I look at my contour lines, you know, on the topo map plus on my Garmin unit, and it'll show you your contour lines. And so as I come up, if you travel 2 miles, you look where the contour falls the sharpest and see if there's any docks there. They're more than likely gonna hold crappie in the summertime. Wintertime, fall may be much different. So let me show you what I'm talking about right here. So just say for instance, here is see this blue contour line, and I'm gonna blow this up just a little bit. So you see you have some docks here, and it says this water, now this is not gonna be exact because the water's up right now, but see these contour lines, how they look deeper here. And then you come over here, look at these docks. Now those are docks, it shows docks, and those will be pretty close. You see how shallow that is? Let me get back out. See how shallow that is? 3 feet, 10 feet way out here. So that tells me I can eliminate those docks. Now I may check them just because, but I'm going to go ahead and probably eliminate them. Now if you got time to ride these docks, that's one thing. If you don't have time to ride them, so what I like to do is come up the creek, I'll check the docks, go as far back as I want to go, and I'll start fishing my way back out. And as I'm working my way back out, I'm gonna run side scan. And we're in the creek, so more than likely there's some brush in this creek because these crappie gonna move in these creeks to spawn in the springtime. So probably there's some brush here in that 20 to 30 foot range, and I'm gonna mark that and I'm gonna fish that if I find one. So anyway, that's just a little tip for you. Hope that helps you if you come down here trying to find crappie. And this works on any particular lake. This lake has a lot of shallow flats, so and then has some steep areas. It looks pretty flat in this creek, particular creek here. So Anyway, hey guys, let's go back and catch another fish. Just been riding and looking for water depth that's a little deeper to, you know, these boat docks. Some, if they don't have deep water, I don't even stop fishing. But anyway, I come by this one. Looks like the water's about 16 feet on the front. It's got a nice shelter on the top. You can see the shelter there on the top. And so, you know, side scan showed me that there was some fish, or could have been shad up underneath there. So we're gonna check this dock, and hopefully the floats cooperate with us. And I tell you another thing I'm seeing, I see a lot of bait fish up here in this creek. I like that. Most of the time you see a lot of bait fish, you're gonna see the crappie very close. Now I'm gonna show y'all just to prove my point. Now that is the crappie that are underneath this dock. Now that is a pile of crappie. I hope y'all can see that. I'm gonna move it around a little bit. And that's looking at about 40 feet. And I'm gonna just stay back. Look like they're under there, right up under that boat. And we'll see if we can pull one out. Wish you could film this. Now, that right there is a good crappie. That is probably a 13.5-inch crappie. Boom! That's about 1 pound and 2 ounce crappie there. Boom! That is a good crappie. Hey, mealtime. You know what that's what the color's called, the LC shad. Mealtime. Y'all come on get it. That's what it said to this crappie. Boom! He slid right out there and picked that thing. Nice, nice crappie. Boom. Difficult to get to them. We're gonna see if we can get an angle right in here at this boat. Now that joker thinks he's big. He's not that big, but boy, he's wild. I like it when they fight like that. Boom. Hey, that's a good crappie right there. That crappie probably pushed 13 ounces, 12.5 inch. And that's 2 good fish off of this dock. Boom. Should have put him in there for the picture. Now, I'll say this dock looks like it's got a lot of activity on it. It's got a generator here. It's got floats and stuff, so probably when there's a lot of activity on this dock, those fish are gonna push away from this dock. But in the middle of the week, like now, they just sitting under that shade. When it gets dark, they'll disperse out around this creek and feed on shad, because the shad's gonna go to the bank at dark. So he's up here and catch another fish. So from the boat lift, there's an arm in there. So what I'm having to do is pendle it and get it as close to that arm. I can't get it past the arm on like most boat stocks up there and come back. So if I can get it right to that pivot point, the lure will drop straight down into the fish. So here you go. This is what I do here. You know, I'm going to hold it right here, let the boat get in position, and actually drop it right in there. And you know, I'll have to take the trolling motor and back away from the boat, and boom, got bit. As soon as it went down, another good crappie. Good gracious, y'all. Woo, doggy boy. Look at that. Kerr Lake slab, baby. Golly. That's another 13.5, 14-inch crappie. Boom. Hey, he's still on that meal time. Hey, he called and said, hey, it's meal time. I'm telling you, y'all need to get you some. If you don't have these LC shad bodies, look at that glitter in that body with that gray. Now, if that don't look like a shad coming through the water, and look, I'm looking at bait all around this dock right here that are that size. So when that thing comes floating down, I'm just pitching it over, allowing it to free fall through that strike zone. They think it's a dead shad. Falling, whoosh, one moves right up there and bites. Hey guys, we're getting ready to end this video. All in all, it was a great day fishing down here. And my tip, if you come down here, is you gotta spend some time finding those docks with the deeper water on the front of it. And some docks will have a lot of fish on it that just do not bite. Some docks have fish on it that'll bite real good. You know, I vertical jig to them, I cast to them, whatever method I needed to do to actually catch the fish. Fished a little bit of brush, really didn't have a lot of luck fishing brush in deeper water. But anyway, after that shade, you know, this time of year it's getting hot. It's really hot now. We headed into the house because, man, it's smoking me out here. And we're going to get off the water and go get us something to eat. Guys, remember, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button below. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the comments and enjoyed reading your comments. Don't forget, hit that like button, click the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. And as always, you remember, it's a wildlife, and I'll see you on the water.